Floyd Money Mayweather, easy work, claps at Manny Pacquiao after he's triumphant and defeats Keith Thurman. He's sick of hearing his name in reference to Pacquiao. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Now, Floyd Money Mayweather, easy work. He ain't having it. Pacquiao just defeated Keith Thurman. I was there in Vegas, about to hit the road again. Mayweather has a Mayweather Promotions fighter, Gervonta Tank Davis, about to fight this weekend on Showtime. Homecoming, long awaited. I talked to Tank a while ago, and he said he couldn't wait, and he was hoping for a hometown fight, and now it's coming, and that's promoted by Mayweather Promotions. So, your boy on the road. But Floyd Mayweather, the El Capitan, the HNIC, he got at Manny Pacquiao. This is what he had to say. You guys see the graphic on the screen. On his verified account, Floyd Mayweather said, I find it real ironic how every time Pacquiao's name is brought up in the media, my name is always attached to it. This man's entire legacy and career has been built off his association with my name. And it's about time you all stop using my brand for clout chasing and clickbait and let that man's name hold weight on its own. For years, all you heard was Floyd is afraid of Manny Pacquiao. But what's funny is when we finally fought, I won so easily that everyone had to eat their words. All of these so-called boxing experts, critics, and jealous American, quote, fan base either went mute and ran for cover or made every excuse in the world as to why I should give Manny Pacquiao a rematch. My take on all the bullshit is that y'all are just upset that I broke Rocky Marciano's record and hate the fact that a black high school dropout outsmarted you all by beating all odds and retiring undefeated while maintaining all my faculties simply by making smart choices and even smarter investments. Ultimately, I will always have the last laugh. So true Floyd fashion, he's taking, scene stealer. He's playing scene stealer and stealing some of Pacquiao's shine. Now, I thought Pacquiao had a good performance. Keith Thurman was younger than him, undefeated, and Pacquiao did good, especially early in the fight. So it was a good victory for him. Floyd he don't like somebody else in the spotlight and piggybacking off his name, for years. What the funny thing is, everything he's saying here is actually true. For years, people said they wanted to see the fight, and then when it happened, because it didn't play out like you wanted it to, like old media wanted it to, all of a sudden they made excuses talking about Pacquiao's shoulder, and man, we ain't trying to hear that bullshit after 6-7 years of debating. Pacquiao showed up, he went through with the fight. It is what it is. Now, Pacquiao, his name is really always going to be synonymous with Floyd Mayweather either way, just because that's just how boxing goes. You think of George Foreman, you have to think of Muhammad Ali. You think of certain fighters, you think of the other, like, De La Hoya, you have to think of Julio Cesar Chavez, or Sweet Pea Pernell Whitaker, you have to think of Julio Cesar Chavez. You think of Chavez, you got to think of Mildred Taylor. These names are just, they go together. It's just, it is what it is. But I think Floyd actually, whoever wrote this, there is a lot of truth to what he's saying. I think there's a lot of bigotry in boxing that we see time and time again. New media, I constantly point out the double standards. I think people are angry that Rocky Marciano's record was broken by a black athlete, and not only that, Floyd doesn't fit the protocol of do as you're told. He's outspoken, he speaks his mind. Now, Floyd sometimes he does things that behavior people consider coonish. Sometimes he'll be like, oh, all lives matter, say stuff like that, but sometimes he also talks about it. So it's kind of back and forth with Floyd in regards to that. But I look at it like a case-by-case basis. What he's saying here is true. Pacquiao's name is always linked to Floyd Mayweather. But as I said, after Pacquiao defeated Thurman, you got to keep in mind, when this is what they always do. This is that old media bullshit. When Pacquiao lost to Floyd, It was all types of excuses, like Floyd is saying. That was in 2015. They say, oh, Juan Manuel Marquez had knocked out Pacquiao a couple years earlier, and he was way past his prime. But then now that he beat an undefeated, meaningful fight like a Keith Thurman to consolidate the WBA belts, now motherfuckers is like, oh, Pacquiao's vintage, and this just added to his legacy, and they're on the Pacquiao train. But you have to understand, when Floyd fought him, that was in 2015, May. So halfway through the year of 2015, Floyd fought him. Floyd was older than Pacquiao, and he destroyed him, and he nullified him, And what I mean by destroyed is he destroyed his output. He didn't like destroy, like he got knocked out or anything, but he destroyed everything. He nullified everything that Pacquiao does. It limited him to using 71, landing 71 punches or something crazy like that. And it left fans desperate for a reason. Floyd is just a superior boxer. So we see years later, even now, Pacquiao is still a handful. He fought Keith Thurman, who's a big puncher at the division, hasn't moved up 5 weight classes, even has a knockout listed higher than 150 pounds with Carlos Quintana, yet and still he gave a good account of himself, but he still came up short. Floyd, his ring IQ and his processing and his ability to box, his intelligence in the ring, knowing offensively what to do, combinations to set up, defense, having footwork, it just shows you he's a superior fighter, because even being older than Pacquiao and being 40 years old, he's able to nullify Pacquiao and make Pacquiao look like shit and, slow the pace down. And years later, we still see a vibrant Pacquiao jumping all over the place and all that shit. So it just goes to show you how good Floyd is. So I do think there's a lot of truth to what he's saying. Some people are going to say, oh, Floyd's just hating. He's just mad because he's not in the spotlight. The usual suspects. Floyd got more money than Pacquiao. That's a fact. We already know that. So I don't really think this particular thing, like I said, case by case basis, I don't think this is jealousy. Maybe it's setting up a Mayweather versus Pacquiao rematch. That's something to consider. This could be hype. Pacquiao said he's not fighting for the rest of the year. Keith Thurman's not fighting for the rest of the year. So I don't see a rematch between them two in terms of Keith Thurman and Pacquiao. But we could get a Mayweather and Pacquiao rematch. I think Pacquiao would be wise. I'm not saying this is what I prefer, but from a business perspective and being, if I were Pacquiao's team, a fight with Floyd Mayweather seems to be the best bet. You already lost to the man, and you're going to make more money than you will rematching Keith Thurman or whoever else, fighting Errol Spence. Of course I want to see Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford get a shot if, Pacquiao's a champion, if Mayweather fight's not going to happen. But from a point of Pacquiao might end up getting fucked up by Crawford or Spence. If Spence beats Sean Porter, book it. I'll pick Spence, a southpaw, to defeat Pacquiao, the southpaw. They just fight. Keith Thurman and Spence are on 2 different levels, 2 different paths, 2 different styles, 2 different sets of attributes. I think that and Terrence Crawford would be really difficult fights for Manny Pacquiao's style. So, Pacquiao we may see him cash out. He met up in like Tokyo, Japan or some shit with Floyd a while ago, and then it kind of died down, and Leonard Ellerbe dismissed Floyd would ever come back. But with statements like this and, messages like that, it shows Floyd's paying attention still. So it's possible. Floyd, he'll make off rip, especially if he fights Pacquiao. And Floyd was in attendance. Floyd was, let's not get that twisted. Floyd was in attendance at this fight, ringside, watching it. And according to Pacquiao said when he floored Keith Thurman and dropped him, he said he seen out the corner of his eye, Floyd got up and started like celebrating and cheering or like waving his hand. And, he's a fight fan as well. Even though he be trying to act like he don't know certain people, Floyd be paying attention. You don't get that good at boxing like he is without knowing and studying styles and stuff like that. And to me, Pacquiao did his thing. He looked really sharp, especially early, and it made Floyd in turn look better, because it shows you that Pacquiao, he's not easy to tame. He's all over the place. Pacquiao got more fights than anyone in this generation. There's even Canelo. Canelo started boxing at age 15 in Mexico, and he don't got as many fights as Pacquiao, and he been fighting from 15 to 28, 29 or whatever age Canelo is. Pacquiao got like 71 plus fights, something like that. So Pacquiao's definitely a throwback fighter, and he's an anomaly, just like Floyd. But I do think Pacquiao winning over Keith Thurman like he did, it does make Floyd look better. And you're like, damn, when you really look back and see, like, damn, how is Keith Thurman? Most people would say he hits harder at welterweight because he's a bigger welterweight than Floyd and has youth. It just goes to show you the sweet science is something else, because Pacquiao couldn't do all that. And I really don't buy all that shoulder injury. Of course they're going to say something. And to be honest, I don't think the rematch will be different. So let me know what you guys think. I think maybe they are building a rematch after seeing this, but who knows? But I ultimately, Floyd likes money, and that's a ready-made fight. I don't see Floyd coming back to fight Crawford, or he's cool with Spence. If Porter wins, I don't know. I don't really see him coming back to fight guys like that. But Pacquiao, it'd still be a big event. Let me know what you guys think. That's Pacquiao and Floyd, the latest and greatest. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. We working. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.